Alright guys, Zen Zone Zero 1.5 patch dropped. With it came Astra Yao, who is our Ether support agent, and she is very cool. Very fun, very effective and efficient at her job. And her job is increasing squad-wide damage bonus and a crit damage bonus as well. On top of that, she also deals off-field damage on top of all of the other buffs that she gives. I believe she is the first agent that we have that actually heals. She heals squad-wide on her ultimate, which is pretty insane. But let's talk more in depth about her. First off, her core passive, Graceful Andante. During Idyllic Cadenza state, I'll explain to you what that is later, when other squad members switch in and when Astra expends energy to release a tremolo to attack, that's her off-field attack, both Astra and the incoming character's attack will be increased. And the increase is equal to a percentage of Astra's initial attack to a max of 1200. In total, you will need 3430 attack on Astra to reach that maximum of 1200. Which should be pretty simple to reach with the equipment recommendations we're going to have later. Now, this buff lasts about 20 seconds and extends up to 30 seconds with repeated triggers. Repeated triggers will happen because her quick assist procs pretty much instantly, which I'll explain how in a bit. Her additional ability, Moonlit Frenzy, requires an attack or an anomaly character, so she works phenomenally in either one of those teams. So if you have, I'm gonna talk about team recommendations later, but if we have Evelyn for the attack, or if you have Miyabi, she'd be great for either of them. Now, when energy is consumed, trigger a precise assist, or if you use the finale basic attack, she follows up with Run Tremolo and 3 Tone Clusters, which is just a bigger attack. So the additional ability isn't really anything to write home about. It's just dealing extra damage and anomaly build up on the enemy. So it'll be good if you're trying to build Ether for a disorder proc, especially if you're playing with Miyabi. That's something to think about. First off, her regular basic attack, if you're not in the Idyllic Cadenza state, it's a 3-part combo, and you can also hold and charge the attack. This draws enemies in together, expands the attack range, and it makes for a stronger attack. And also, you can combo it. If you use any other skill and then hold basic attack, you'll initiate basic attack 3 directly. Now, the other basic attacks requires you to be in the Idyllic Cadenza state. When you're in it, if you press basic attack, she can shoot down tremolos on the enemy. And when you do, you get to trigger a quick assist. Another basic attack is when you dodge during Idyllic Cadenza state. You just do a follow-up basic attack and then it'll trigger quick assist as well. And basic attack finale, when you hold basic attack, you'll exit the Idyllic state and you get a buff, the buff from the core passive, on top of consuming energy to do a follow-up attack, which is considered X special damage, which is something to keep in mind. Special attack, Wind Chimes and Oath. She quickly moves away and releases Tremolo and enters the Idyllic Cadenza state. And you can decide which direction you want to dodge in, which is good. If you hold special, it will draw enemies in and follow up with 1 to 4 Tremolo shots, depending on the charge duration. Quick assist triggers when the skill hits a target, and she is invulnerable when moving quickly away. Now, what is Idyllic Cadenza state? When you're in this state, it increases all squad damage by a certain percentage and crit damage by a certain percentage. You can't move, but you can still basic attack and dodge. Her anti-interrupt level will increase, her damage taken will be reduced by 40%, and switching agents, Astra will stay on the field and become invulnerable. When you switch back to her, she'll follow up with the Wind Chimes and Oath special attack. And if you hold basic attack or dodge, you'll exit the Idyllic Cadenza state. Now, what does that meter under her health bar? Those 4 nodes are called chords. For every 25 energy, Astra gets 1 chord. When in Idyllic Cadenza state with chords, a quick assist can be triggered in these situations. When active characters attack hits an enemy, that triggers once every 3 seconds. And when active character's heavy attack hits an enemy, this activates once per 1 second. Now, when other squad members switch in, Astra will consume 25 energy and she does a off-field attack. And finally, her ultimate, again, It heals the squad, also does an AoE ether damage, and she will automatically enter the idyllic cadenza state. Also note that the next 2 quick assists that she procs becomes chain attacks, which is fantastic. And that's about it. Really, to play her effectively, all you need is to just put her into the idyllic cadenza state and do quick assists. Basically, that's it. Not that hard to talk about. When she's in that state, you'll get all the buffs you need. Make sure you get 3,430 attack to get the most out of her core passive. That's it. Very simple character. Just leave her on the field to sing and do everything else with your main DPS and your sub DPS. Equipment, W engine, S rank. So there's only 2 S rank engines for supports right now. The first one is Elegant Vanity, which is her signature engine, and obviously it has a perfect synergy to her kit. They didn't mess up with this engine. Whenever any squad member switches in, Astra will gain 5 energy, and this triggers every 5 seconds. When she consumes 25 or more energy, the damage dealt by the squad increases by 10% and stacks 2 times, lasting 20 seconds. So on top of Astra's already amazing damage and crit damage boost, as well as an additional attack boost from her core passive, your team is going to get juiced to the max. The main stat of this engine is also attack percent, and remember that Astra's core passive scales with her attack, so we need 3,430. That's a lot. The other S rank engine we have for supports is Weeping Cradle, which increases energy regen while off the field. Attacks from the equipper will increase the squad's damage when struck against a target. Now, whether or not this synergizes well with Astra's off-field tremolo attacks, we'd have to test it. But for now, I think this is a fine option if you don't have or will not pull Astra's signature engine. Other than that, we do have a couple of A-rank engines I would use. First, Kaboom the Cannon gives us energy regen, which we'll probably need as a squad-wide attack buff whenever any friendly unit hits an enemy, which is good. The Vault is a better option for Astra, so whenever you deal ether damage with an X special, ult, or chain attack, the squad will get a damage increase against that target, as well as an increase in their energy regen, plus an energy regen main stat, which isn't bad. Those are the options I would go for. I'm probably not getting the S rank engine since Evelyn's coming out next and I need to save currency. So I'm using the Vault on her for now, which I think is good enough. Drive discs. Obviously, 4-piece Astral Voice. It was made for her. 2-piece attack 10% bonus. 4-piece whenever any squad member enters the field using a quick assist, which is all Astra does. Gain 1 stack of Astral up to a stack of 3. Each stack increases damage dealt by the character entering the field through quick assist by 8%. Even more buffs. Insane. Pair it with Swing Jazz for energy regen, or if you do need more attack, then get Hormone Punk. But I would really recommend Swing Jazz if anything, but whatever you have to do. Stats. Disc 4 and 5, we want attack percent. Disc 6, energy regen. Substats. If you want to maximize the damage you do on your team, then decide whether or not you want Astra in a attack or an anomaly team. For an attack team, we want attack percent until 3,430, and then you could do crit rates, crit damage, and or penetration. If you have an anomaly team, attack percent until 3,430, and then flat attack, anomaly proficiency, and penetration. Again, these specific damage stats like crit and anomaly proficiency is just a bonus. It's not required to really make Astra work to her fullest. You don't really need it. All right, so don't sweat it if you don't find pieces with those special stats. Just make sure her attack gets to 3,430. Team recommendations. Again, Astra Yao will succeed in either attack or an anomaly team. Both of them work. You just trade her in every now and then wherever you need her. She's wonderful. So examples, any attack agent will benefit greatly from Astra. But for more specific examples, you could do Ellen Zhou, like Hound in Astra. You could do Zhu Yuan and Jingyi, or Billy and Anby with Astra. They're great. Anomaly agents. You got Jane Doe, you could do Bernice and Astra, you could do Miyabi and Yanagi. Shoot, you could do Piper and Korn and Astra if you want. She is a very good support. Very, very broad in her usage. She can really just fit in with any team. I think Astra will be a fantastic pull for anyone who wants her. I don't think she would be a waste of currency at all, is my opinion. Is she needed? No. Will you regret not pulling her? I don't think so. But she's fantastic. I think she does a great job. That's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're pulling for her. If you're not, why? I'm pulling for Evelyn next. That's it for me. I'll see y'all later.